Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God.
Training for long races doesn't need to be boring. In this series, I'm making some fun but potentially grueling challenges a big part of my plan. Welcome to episode 1 of I Ran Home From, where I catch the bus to another town, then attempt to run home. The distance increases every time. Here's the bus, so let's get going. Morning, play cross please, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Okay, made it to Clay Cross. Now time to run home.
Here we go then, episode 1 of I Ran Home From. This first episode is just a baby test run really, just to get an idea of how the concept's going to work, get used to going on buses, because I very rarely use public transport, so yeah, I didn't have much clue what I was doing there. Luckily my debit card did work at the second attempt. That could have been panic stations. Although being prepared, I had cash as well as card with me because I didn't know how to pay on a bus. This is how bad the situation is. But here we are, running through the glamorous Tesco Extra car park in Clay Cross. And this little test run's not even 2 kilometres. Cost me £2.70 to get a bus just over a mile. And now I'm turning around and immediately running back where I came from. Makes great financial sense. So the idea here is that this is just a little tiny test, and then from next week onwards the idea is to build up the distance every time and get the bus and sometimes possibly the train to towns and cities that are further and further away each time. So there's going to be a big jump for next week where it's going to be a decent distance, not just a 1 miler back home. And the way I've planned the routes is to use my favourite route planning app, Komoot, to basically just plot the starting point at whichever bus station I end up at, back to the bus stop where I started in North Wingfield.
Morning. Thanks.
And then just let it determine the most direct route to get there. So the terrain could be massively varied. Just let Komoot completely decide whether I'm going to be on roads, trails or anything in between, and I just have to follow that route all the way back home. Practicing my down the steps clomping technique there, seem to have got the hang of it. So next week's going to be the first proper episode. There's going to be, at this stage, I think 8 episodes in total, and looking at the last 2, they genuinely scare me. The distance and the routes and the terrain that I'm going to have to take on, probably in the middle of winter, the way the timing is. yeah, those last two are going to be killers. I'm going to have to be prepared for those, and yeah, hopefully I can cope with them. Episode 8 is effectively going to be a solo ultra marathon across the Peak District in the middle of winter. So yeah, whether I can do that in daylight hours, I'm not even sure at this point. I shall have to do some planning and thinking nearer the time. But thankfully I've got enough slightly shorter runs, although the distance goes up and up and up with each episode, to kind of get some practice in, learn how to plan these things and film them. Of course, it won't be a full-length first-person view of the entire route on the massive ones. Yeah, these videos can't very well be 8 hours long. So the idea is to film short clips periodically on a timer on the camera. Thankfully, a lot of the routes will be cross-country rather than next to noisy roads like this one. And there should be some incident and adventure to be had along the way. So I'll be taking the GoPro and talking to camera and experiencing the highs and lows of the routes, navigation, any kind of issues like that. But I am really looking forward to it. I make videos doing stuff that I enjoy within the sphere of running. So having just come back off successfully training for and running a sub 25k, now over the autumn winter period I'm going to be hitting the trails more. I've got a race coming up in November, which is a 6-hour looped trail race around one of the local, well, I'll say one, there's 3 reservoirs that I'll be running around, doing 5k laps for as many laps as I can within 6 hours. That's the Lineker Infini race, so looking forward to that. And I'll be using these long trail runs as a big part of the training, getting me ready for that November race. And the series will continue after the race. I won't have done them all by November the 8th when that takes place. Also looking forward to doing some park runs that I've not done before. Working down the Nendy list, the nearest event not done yet. And yeah, just trying out a few more park runs. I've done 4 up to now, all of them at different venues, so yeah, I'm just carrying on touristing my way around the local ones. This hill's always a killer. Whenever I run around Claycross, I have to come back up either the hill here, or an even steeper one a bit further along the valley. Thankfully, at the top of the hill we'll nearly be back at the bus stop where it all began. I can hear my breathing now. And we're in sight of the bus stop. Mission accomplished.
There we go then. I ran home from Clay Cross. Next time I'll be going even further. What's the furthest place you've ran home from? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round. Welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly. Thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win. I'll take a stab, I wanna chase a bag. I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the